Alright, here we are taking a look at RVPH coming into that last 20 minutes of the market. Monday, 4/26, 2021, and we said that 835 was going to bust out. Here we are on the breakout right here clearly. $840s, taking them out. So I just said a few minutes ago before I just hit record that if it was going to take out the 830s with confirmation, get through that 835s, that it was going to definitely break. And here we are on the break, and we're having that strong off sell on that first 1 minute candle. Solid break that 835s. We need to stay above that 840. 840 would be a good range to see this thing stay strong. I got filled a little late on this. This is what buying a market order is, meaning problematic. Why I don't like it, but here we go. And looking good here on the 2nd minute candle. Pushing up to the 58s, but have a little sell off on the 50s. 855 is going to be our next mark here. Good, looking good on the break. Live RVPH again. Breakout price action and having that tip top. Let's see what she's going to do here and see if she's going to hold. Again, the breaking point on this is going to be the 840s. 840s, 835 was the door. 840s, it needs to stay at 840s. Very important at this next minute here on this candle, guys. We get through this 840 mark hard. 845s. Looking at that 850 right here. Getting a little doji on the strength. Let's see. And we're going to get one more push up. If not, this is the time where you got in just a little too late. Of course, wanted to get on that 838. 838 was my first limit to get everybody here live. What happened to me? This happens in trading. Why? The reason is I didn't have enough buying power the first time, and that was the most stupidest error, but it's a common error for everybody. I've been understanding I had some other things going on, and so next thing you know, I had to pull back on my position, and by the time I did that, I had just gone record live, and the breakout was happening at that moment, so a lot was going on. But here we are, pushing through that 850 solid, 875s, looking beautiful play. Absolutely. 880s on the board. Now right now is a great time to understand how we read level 2s. We've got 872 trading off. Here's our numbers. We're looking for big numbers on our sell, and then the same thing over here on our buy, 865. So we know our 865 and our 870, we've got a 5-cent spread. Again, I categorize these as far as the brackets, as far as orders. These, again, you want to add zeros. So when you see 23, you're at 2,000. That's a 2,000 pack. This is a 500 pack right here on the board, and so on. This is a 12,000 pack, 1,200. So you can say this is roughly, you get these numbers. So I'm looking at that 872s, 865s, 875s. Again, 5-cent spread. 870, 875. Got a hard sell on the 875 over here. Got more on the board at the 88, 8 to 10,000. Call it at 880 coming through. Hopefully it can hold in the 870s and 875s. Let's see if we can get back to the board here and see 870s, 865s. We've got a 5-minute candle breakout. As you can see, we're still clear. Still like to see this level, the 890s. Again, we've already touched 9. Back over to 1-minute play here. 875 looking good on the strength. A little sell-off. And boom, got up to the 895s. I saw that coming through. That 880s. Did you see that on the board? That was earlier on the board. I showed you guys that 880s. Oh, geez. Sorry. Meant to go here. We had 880s in the 8. Now we're past that, the 890s. But the 880 here was over here with that 8,000 pack, remember? And it got eaten up. So that was a beautiful execution as far as a breakout play here. So again, filled here, tried to get in on the 838, 840, and then filled on the high spot in the market because that was saw the breakout. I just clicked market after 2 try of limit orders. Again, buying power problem, not the way I executed. I bought over the ask, which is buy the ask, sell the bid. But anyways, let's get to the play. 899, 890 having to pull back. We touched that 9. This is a critical area. We've touched it 1 minute, 2 minute. We've touched it already 1 time, 2 time here, and this will be the 3rd time today that we're going to touch that $9 area here and see if we can get through it. If we can get through it, ladies and gentlemen, this thing will continue to move forward into the after hours. So we are probably going to get a sell-off here. I'm going to go ahead and lock in some profits. This is where we lock in some profits, guys, and we'll go ahead and take that off the top there. Excellent. Looking good there. So I'm up $30 on the play. And here we are trying to push against that 875s, 880s. Again, on this 5 minute, we had that nice, beautiful move here. Trying to consolidate at that $9 range, see if we can hold up. If we've got too many people, good time to look at the level 2s to see what our $9 range looks like and the walls of the sellers. Obviously, we have people that offload there, so it's important. So we've got the 880s on the 1500, and then we got an 885, again, a 5-6 cent spread. Beautiful. Looking at that $9 mark, okay? Keeping our eyes on this $9 mark here. Nothing really so much just yet. We've got the 890s. Got to get through that before people start putting their orders for the sell. People are trading right now, so you're very rarely going to see people who put limit orders on the board if they know what the fuck they're doing. If you do buy a limit order, you're buying over the ask, and you're definitely selling on the bid, and keeping in the action so you're not delayed like I was on my entry. Again, here back at the 885s. So again, I see that $9 clearly, nothing really happening. I think at the 880s here, back over to analyze. 880s is going to be where we're at in that 880 mark in this moment. And let's see. Little hold up. This is important, so where we read volume. This candle here, as it moves, we need to see good volume. Let's move through the 250,000 shares. Okay, let's move through that with good confirmation after the 880s. I'd like to see 880s close at a 1 minute candle at or above 300,000 shares. We're clearing that 880 and above, and here we are. Let's let this candle close 1 minute. I would love to see, and this is important, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. 890s, here we go, taking off. Can she hold on the 890s to touch the 9s? We know where she wants to go. There's a 5 cent spread. That's only 2 sales. 2 big orders, boom, boom, back it up to the 9s. If not, we're going to be back out that 875s, and very critical at this moment here. 890s, 890s. Again, let's go ahead and jump over to the board. This is why we read level 2s. This is what I teach you guys in Raw Stocks 101. How to read this stuff. So again, here we go. Here's the 890s. Again, we're getting through the 890s. We're going to get to that $9. There's that 2-1. There's those big orders. Look at that, 15,000 on the 9. And how did I tell you if it's going to go through the 9? Are we going to go through the 9? Because the board is hot with heavy on the 9s. Do you guys see this? On the 9s, I just said this a couple minutes ago. On the 9s, we're getting heavy sell-off. 132, 20s, 80, 40s. You know, again, add zeros. Needless to say, it's peripheral. You figure this shit out. You see the big numbers coming through, the big orders. At that $9, I already saw there was a couple big blocks on the 9s. If we can get through the 9s, this thing's going to squeeze. We're going to have a nice run. Again, moving into the market close, 9:45. Maui here. So it puts you at 3:45 p.m. here. And we're just trying to break out that 880, staying strong, trying to stay above that 880 mark, 875 solid. And with the confirmation, with volume here, with sell-offs, we'd love to see that this thing can go through that 9s. Again, we got some people at the board at the 9s trying to offload. If we can get them up, get some people that see some momentum. All right, a little slow down on that action just real quick. 894s, pulling back on the 895s. And there we go. What did I just say? $9. If it was going to break that 9, I told you there was heavy on the sell, and we could get it off. There was people ready to offload them. Yes, sir. Take them. Here we go. There's the backpack. 890s, 895. Here we go again. $9. Let's get through it. Let's get through it one more time. This is where we call a reload of who's offloading and who's buying, and we're at that $9, and we're going to take off. Now, let's take a minute into consideration here where we're at. This is a good time for me because I already had locked in. I'm going to go ahead and add another size. This is me going in and going, if it can hold 9, I'm going to add my position, okay? It's got to break nines. It's got to hold nines. We're going to have some serious work here it's going to do, because right here would be the third time we test nines, okay? Really, basically hard all day right here, okay? And there's our nines right there, and we're moving in the nines, and the 890s on the sell, and 9905, and one more reload. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get that 1 minute going on, and that 9. I need to see that one more reload. Here's we go, 2737. So we got beautiful. We got 60,000 shares coming in right there. That 9, another fucking 10. There we go. Boom. So we're taking 710. That's 10,000 shares. Just took out the 9s. If we go back, we're clearly above the 9s at the moment. 9, 901, 905. Again, we just got to get through this solid. It could be top here. So this is important. This is very important. I've got 200 positions. We're going to be selling off. If this does not hold, very critical. If we do not get through the 8.95s in the $9 range here, we are going to have some impact. I think something just happened here. Don't tell me. What did I just tell you? What did I just tell you, folks? Okay, we're going to go ahead and sell that. Did you just see that sell-off? Did you guys just see that sell-off? That $9 range was so fucking hot and so hard and heavy. Did you just see that sell-off? That locked up my fucking computer. That sell-off was so hard. Unbelievable. That was ridiculous, that sell-off. Okay, so the $9 came in super hard. Did you guys see that? That was like super duper hard. Came in, tried to sell off, get through that $9. There was enough people to continue to buy that thing up. And then waited a minute, waited 2 minutes, waited a minute, 3 minutes, and next thing you know, we were already at that top again for that third time today. Okay? Now, doesn't mean anything at the moment. It just means that at the moment, I'm not holding any positions. I liquidated here. I bought in here. Okay? I liquidated here. And then I liquidated here, which was a bad play. I actually added size here and liquidated here. But I liquidated everything there. So, in essence, I'm still up on the day on the play. My execution was very poor. I'd like to go over this in the after the play here. Let's see if we get another push on this. We've definitely cleared out a whole bunch of people, junkies, holding the bag between the $9 range and the 50-cent range. 850, excuse me. So that 50-cent range. Wow. Yoo-hoo. You know it, guys. And this is the way it works. Stairs up, elevator down. So, I saw the $9 was heavy. I tried at one point. I thought for sure once she went through that first one, she was going to go through the second one. And I bought into the second one, thinking, watching the 9s hard. What I failed to recognize is that my internet failed and everything stopped for 1 second or 2, and I went to click back over, and the 9s didn't go through. I saw it was already down to 860s. So it was part of the first sells was down in here, and then I went ahead and got off on that market real quick to save my ass. Now here's the rebuild. Okay, here's the rebuild breakout on the 875. This is important. Now we have to get through. The most important area now is that 880s again. Okay, not the 875s, the 880s. Okay, and we've got to stay strong in the next minute or two going through the 880s. Now, remember, we're getting down to the last minute of the bell for the day. So, this could be a teaser. That was a complete fucking huge sell-off of 1 or 2 with a shitload of retailer, insiders, institutions, proprietary firms, or whatever. Fuck, just push that one, okay? It was like the third time. Now, I'd have to see here. This says that it's not shortable. On my brokerage firm, I can't short it. And 16% borrow rate if I could. Here's that 875, 880s. Which that means, guys, is that the probability of this being shorted, or how many people have reserved shares to short, are probably very small. This is just a lot of sell action going on, not reserved shorts. Okay? Now, here we go again. Let's see if we can push the 880. You see my numbers here? This 880 is very crucial for me. I needed to get right through this 75s. 875s, 878s could be a fake out. You know what I mean? Could be totally fake out. You know, I want to get into that 880, 881. And again, with the hole, with the confirmation, you know. That's the reality of it is that's where I'd like to be. So I'm not going to put an order on the board. I'm not going to click it. I'm just going to make sure I'm ready to with the 880s on the board. And once it goes through my 881, I think I'm at 882 to be exact. 882 is my fill, trying to get 200 more. Again, small time talk here, guys. 875s, real live plays. And unfortunately, I'm having a little hiccup on the internet because, as we see, we are on a stall at the moment as well. Not good. Not good for business, not good for me, and obviously, we are having a major issue. So again, coming back, we had another glitch. I'm having some poor internet connection, guys. This is terrible for teaching. Eight 80s didn't hold here, as you guys can see. We've cracked again. So, see something here. 34, 16. So, as far as the execution of that goes, that was very poor. However, you guys have to understand something. I bought 200 shares. I tried to get filled at the 838. I had a glitch. That was my first internet glitch. Okay? Couldn't get in at the 838s. Then I tried at the 840s. Couldn't get in the 840 or 841 by the ass. Trying to buy that over the ass. It was 841. And it said that my shares, for some reason, I don't know, I just wasn't thinking clearly. And this is where, again, my mistakes save you guys heartaches and headaches. This is a clear example of what not to do. However, great execution, even though I tried twice. The third time I got filled. Beautiful breakout play. Absolutely beautiful. Okay? It even went further. I sold some off the top. I could have stayed long. My sell-offs were great. My executions were great. My margin wasn't that well because it was $8 stock, guys. Anyways, pushing back up, we'll get to that at the end of the video for a recap. We're pushing out that 875, looking to get that 881 on the fill. Again, I'm on 881. I want to make sure that 880s are hot in the buyer direction with our volume, okay? 5 minutes before the market closes, everyone. Here we go. So let's see what we got. I want to jump over to Boxel, BLXL, see where that one ended up. 253s. It's that 5 minute mark before the bell. 170, yeah, this is way RPA. Okay, so let's see. Let's just see. She's trying. She's right at the 9-day moving EMA exponential moving average at the moment. She's still above trending, above VWAP. Of course, we know that all day today for the last few hours she's done very well. Even with a couple sell-offs, though, even though the recent one and this one, we're still considerably up on the day. and it was a beautiful play all day. Multiple plays. The first one here, obviously coming back, taking some profits later on in the day. The second breakout could still be long on it, but these intraday plays here, especially jumping in on my 880s. I want to get filled on my 880s. I'm loving to see this thing go from 880s back up to 9, squeeze above 9 on the aftermarket mark. That'd be my speculation. If we can get there, it'd be wonderful. So we got 4 minutes left. 870s. We're not going to hold, I don't think. So I want to get back to something here. This area right in here is where I saw the bull flag happen. What I'd like to call it. It didn't really represent a big bull flag. It didn't just take off, but I knew it needed to get up through here. That 8. I saw that 838s on the run, 835s. I saw on the board before I went live and started recording. I want you guys to know how important it is to understand this board. This level 2 shit, man. You got to understand how to read and see those guys coming in. And if things can hold, they can hold, and they get taken out. They get taken out. And that, it's small talk terminology, but this right now is just going to fucking, I don't think it's going to do anything what I said. I got 2 minutes what I said. I was going to take it to 880s, run through the 9s at the aftermarket. We'll see. I'll give it my 15 minutes after. But going into this for 2 more minutes, and then I got to jump over something here to make sure I am in good cahoots here. So 865s. Again, we like to keep our eye on that volume. This was like kind of the run here with this volume between here and here. You know, guys, and again, you know, if you sized up, you had like 2,500 or $3,000, and you bought 500 at $8, or you know, and the move would have been, you know, $100 already, or $200. It's not really a 10% move, but it was a quick breakout play to get your feet wet on the board, to get your, you know, guaranteed from here. When I saw this and I couldn't get filled, and then I finally got filled here, which I should have been filled here. Everybody, I'm really disappointed. We knew that this run all the way from there, I mean, from 838s all the way to the 890s, or 890s, or even get up there and sell off in the 9 or whatever if you were good. You know, come on. So here we are, market bell closed, and it's going to be done. I'm going to give it a few minutes. And what did we just tell you? Did we just sell off from the 870s to the 828s? Are you kidding me? That was a fucking 30-40 cent move. Beautiful. 826s. Beautiful. Unfucking believable. Dumpers. Dump, dump, dump. Keep dump. Okay, this thing is not going to go to 880s, guys. At least not in the next few minutes. So what I'm going to do, let's go here. Hit out this. It's real gay. It's easy for you guys. Unless you have trade ideas and you want to go jump back and forth, whatever. Stocks to trade. So I'm going to jam down real quick. So ELYS was doing something. Let's see. And again, internet glitch. The fuck do you expect to trade with internet glitch? Warrant. There's one Voyager VYGR. Nah, I like to see something like, God, when I look at gappers, you guys definitely got to take a look at gappers that are fucking way gapped. Okay. So right now we got pretty much NXTD. Let's check it out. NXTD. Bam. From the 90s to 95 cents. Beautiful gap. Something just happened. News, catalyst, earnings, infrastructure failure. No, I'm just kidding. Let's take a look. It's not shortable. We got this. We got 95. Huge on the 96. This thing's wow. Heavy loads. All right, cool. See the level boards on this. 20,000 here, 2,000 here, 7,000 here, 10,000 here, roughly. These are rough numbers, 20,000 on the buy on the 87s. This thing's going to get squeezed up. Continue. That 9, 94. Interesting. And so something like this, you got like less than a buck on, you could always know your risk ratio always goes in on that. You want to set your limit, good to close, and then you want to pick your spot. And see that sell off right there? I saw that on the board. That huge 86, 85, 87 here on the eat up. See if we can eat it up at the 201s. 87s back up to the 89s. We still have some sellers. There's people holding on at the 90. Okay, so getting close to that dollar. It really wants to get to that dollar. Take a look at the day here. Touched it twice. 95, 96. Huge sell right there. I don't like that. Not looking too hot there, my friends. And so we'll jump back over. Go ahead one more time here and go ahead and check out that. I don't really like playing warrants after hours. I want to play warrants when there's a lot of people. It's always really low. 10. I mean, nothing's really getting my eyes, guys. I mean, I like a 15, 20, 25, 30%er on the aftermarket gap to get into. I'll go ahead and take a look at this one here. This is a Voyager VYGR, and then we'll jump back up to ours. RVPH. Voyager having that big sell, had that off tick. Yeah. Looking like that 540s up to the 6. Be lucky if you get through that 550s, 575s. Jumping back over to RP. And 820s on the sell on our first initial here. So we see our sell-off was hot.